guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This is from a guy, he is 26 years old. Not too long ago, he got a job that he really likes, working as a sous chef in a restaurant. And he's writing in because not too long ago, against his better judgment, he decided to pursue the interest of a young gal that works in the restaurant. Initially, he wasn't interested in getting involved with any gals that he worked with, which is very smart. But he threw that aside and now is pursuing her. And it's not exactly working out the way he wanted to. And so he's writing into me asking what the hell and my advice on all that. And that'll be a very good one here as a refresher to remind guys why it's a very bad idea to get involved with, date, relationships, friends of benefits, whatever, gals you work with, and the potential problems that could arise if you do that. Also, I'm going to get into, as you're going to see, the typical BS that guys can go through when they're dating and that gals pull, or things that gals say or do when they're not interested, but the guy doesn't get that yet. And just be a very good one, a refresher to help guys out. Because a lot of guys, whether they admit it or not, they have girls they work with and they're attracted to and think, oh, maybe she's different. And they just don't, it's not worth it. So I'm going to go through this guy's thing, and I'll expand more of my opinion of why I think the way I do on this subject. So he says here, hey SSM, I've been watching your videos ever since last year, and I'd like to thank you for educating me and a lot of other men. You're welcome, brother, and I appreciate your support. Anyway, I know I may deserve between 1 to 3 smacks in total, but around November last year, I got a new job somewhere in North Carolina, working as a sous chef, and ever since I started working there, up until this point, I've been cool with everyone and seem to be a likable guy. Great. So far, so good. Guys be talking to me at work about some of the female coworkers, and I straight up told them my preferences: petite, no kids, no drama, and nobody I work with. Right there, I made it clear. All these things and nobody that you work with. Very good idea. The problem is he doesn't stick to that. Anyway, some asked if I would be interested in dating M. M is a waitress. She's very shy and timid, kind of like me when I first started working at a certain amusement park in Charlotte. Hint, hint, there's roller coasters. And she's also cute. One of my guy coworkers basically said that she's interested in me, and I initially said no, and about 2 weeks later, I changed and decided to give her a chance. Smack! Don't go against your principles. You had your principles not dating coworkers for a reason. You know all the bullshit that can happen if things go wrong with your coworker. You really want to risk your job over this and having a record? And I'll get back to that in a minute. She asked if I'd be interested in going to the movies, and I said yes, and suggested Scream, and she said yes. On the day of the date, she canceled. Guess she's not that interested. Now, as of today, Tuesday the 6th, I got 2 other females interested in me, and I'm not sure why. I would do a little teasing just to satisfy my own ego, but I won't try anything until I see how things go with M. What do you mean how things go with M? You had a date planned, and the day of the date, she canceled on you, blew you off, and not blown off in the right way. That tells you everything you need to know about her level of interest in you, which isn't a whole lot. Consider that a blessing, because you should be dating a coworker. And I might add here, I get she's a waitress, so I worked in restaurants for 4 years. From when I was 17 through 21. Had a lot of good experiences, met a lot of cool people, I had a lot of fun. But here's the thing about working in the restaurants, and I'm sure nothing has changed today. Everybody was hooking up with everybody else. And it was gossip central. Everybody knew everybody's business, who they're hooking up with. Hostesses were hooking up with male waiters. Female waiters were hooking up with male bartenders. Female bartenders were hooking up with the managers. Certain female waitresses were hooking up with dudes that worked the line. So you had the front of the house and the back of the house, and a lot of times it was back and forth. And I get you're a sous chef, therefore you're at some level, you're a manager in one way, if you will, in the back of the house, and she's in the front of the house. It's still not a good idea, okay? Too much shit can happen and go wrong if you continue on with her. And not to mention all the gossip and drama that goes on in restaurants. And I'm sure nothing's changed today. And I made the dumbass mistake, yes, of having relations with a couple girls in different restaurants. And guess what? It was gossip central. I fucking learned. Anyway. She's been avoiding me like the plague, and she acts so shy. I'll admit it's a feature I'm attracted to, but we spoke today, and Em said she's been busy and exhausted. One of the guys said to try asking her one more time in 2 weeks, and if she can't move on. When I asked her today to go to the movies, she said she was exhausted. She asked if I was mad, and I straight up told her no, and then I'll see you later. I wasn't mad, I was disappointed, but I didn't say it. What should I do from here? Other info, I'm 26, it was my birthday on the 2nd, and I didn't grow up with my dad because he died 3 weeks from today, back in 2010. Bro, consider it a blessing that she blew you off the day that you're supposed to go to a movie together. Okay? You shouldn't be dating your coworkers or employees and like that. And now here's the part where I'm going to go through all this shit here. Number one, yeah, guys, do not date your coworkers or employees or anything like that. In 2023, the world's changed. Changed years ago with the whole M2 movement. You know what I'm talking about there. And I've done stories where guys literally had a gal interest in them at work, and they rejected them in the nicest possible way. And the next thing you know, they're dragged down to HR because she made a complaint. You've heard stories like these and worse. And guys can lose it nowadays because people are sensitive on the issue, and no business wants to get a reputation or get an article written about them in the newspaper, or God forbid, something goes like wildfire on the internet, shows up on CNN. They will fire without question the guy and automatically take the word of the female, whether it's warranted or not. Believe me, if a situation arises where a guy was taking advantage of, a manager was taking advantage of a female employee, then sure, in that case, and he was doing wrong, he deserves what's coming. But I'm talking about just a guy who simply said he wasn't interested in dating, and she can make a complaint. Or just you started dating, and things were fine in the beginning, and you broke up, and next thing you know, you broke up with her, and now she's mad, and you get the point. It's a bad fucking idea, okay? Your job, that is where you go to earn a paycheck or to build your career. You're a sous chef. I'm assuming that one day you'd like to be the head chef of your restaurant or a restaurant in the future. I'm assuming that. So it's not in your interest to date a gal that works there and potentially screw the whole thing up. Because I guarantee you, if there was some kind of complaint that happened to you, that will make things very difficult. You could A, lose your job, and B, that can impact you getting hired someplace else. All over a piece of ass? Really? I get on the job there, they're long hours, and it's demanding, and it can be very intense during the busy times. I worked in restaurants, I get it. And it's nice seeing the eye candy walking around and the girls coming in, pick up the plates to take out to their tables. And you see a pretty girl and all that. It's not worth it. You want to date other girls? Date outside the restaurant. End of freaking story, bro. And this goes for any of you guys that are attracted to girls you work with. Okay? It's not worth it. It's a place for you to earn a paycheck and build your career. All right? End of freaking story. Keep it business. Now, this is not the dating channel. This is not the relationship channel. I'm not a pickup guy or that type of crap, but I lived long enough, experienced enough to understand a few things, and I can see where you're going wrong here. You had a date set, and she blew you off that day, okay? Girls don't blow off. Let me choose a different word here. Girls don't cancel dates on guys that they're really attracted to or into. And they certainly don't always say, I'm exhausted, I'm so tired, guys that they like. Believe me, if a girl really likes you, she will go out on that date. She will not cancel it. If a girl cancels a date on you that shows extremely low interest, which you don't want because, of course, you're a catch, and you want a girl that's enthusiastic about spending time with you, not just like, whatever, I had nothing else to do. Either she has extremely low interest, or she's playing games. I'll cancel on the last minute and get him to chase after me, and then I can have him eating out of the palm of my hand. That type of shit. Girl cancels on you, guy. You have a set date, and unless like she is literally in the hospital, and you can have proof of this, she cancels on you, especially that day, and that's it. You never ask her out again, ever. Okay? Why chase after a gal that has low interest? That makes you look like a complete ass, waste your time, and she's gonna jerk you around, and treat you like shit. And you've asked her out a couple times afterwards, and she keeps saying she's exhausted. Again, if she really liked you, believe me, she would find time. So, who knows what happened? I honestly don't care. Consider this a blessing in disguise, dodging a bullet here. You do not need to date one of your coworkers or a girl that works under you, because you're a sous chef, so technically speaking, you're a manager there in the restaurant, and she's a waitress. I know she's front of the house and you're back of the house. Doesn't matter. consider it a blessing in disguise. Do not date her. And do not date any other girls you work with. And for you dating relationship guys, again, girl breaks, you have a planned date, a set date, and she cancels on you at the last minute that day. Real considerate, huh? Low interest, or she wants to play games, manipulate you. In that case, walk away, move on. You said you got other couple girls that are interested in you? Great. You can ask them out, as long as they're not your coworkers. All right? And she may, after this, like after you stop asking her out, in time she might start like flirting with you or giving you the choosing signals, if you will. Doesn't matter. She could be an attention WHORE. Those types like to flirt and get the guy's attention, and then the guy asks them out, and they, of course, cancel on them or turn them down. They just like the attention from the guys, and there are a lot out there like that. Don't waste your time. All right? I want you to become the best fucking sous chef you ever can be, and then one day then you get promoted. Maybe, I don't know if it's a solo restaurant or you work at a chain, but you do a good enough job that maybe one day you'll then be hired at a different restaurant to be the head chef. That's what I want for you if that's the career you want. But the quickest way to derail your plans is get involved with a female coworker. And I get, again, in restaurants, everybody's hooking up with each other and nobody's lost their job, nobody's gotten fired. I don't care. It can happen to you. You don't need that. So guys, if you're in a situation like this guy here, number one, female coworkers, girls that work on you, don't waste your time. If you leave that job, or she leaves that job, and then you're no longer working for the same company, then knock yourself out. Date her all you want. But not while you're still working for the same company. Bad fucking idea. And guys, if a girl, you have a planned date with her, whatever your situation is, a girl, and she cancels on you, that tells you everything you need to know. And don't pursue her. So anyway, bro, there you go. Now you know my feelings on the issue about the whole dating with coworkers, and also when pursuing a gal that clearly makes it abundantly clear through her actions she's not interested. Don't be that guy. All right, move on, find another chick. It's just not one you work with. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know. Make it clear in the comment section the mistake he's making pursuing a coworker and things that can go wrong. If you want to share some stories, let this guy know. As well as any other young guy out there that think it'd be a good idea to do that. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.